Hi, I'm Barbie Romero, the Director of Event Programming at MediaPost. Welcome to our Brand Insider series, Backstage Exclusive. This is your chance to ask our past brand insiders what's on your mind. Today on the spotlight is Jaci Volles, CMO from CLR Brands. Welcome, Jackie.
Hello, Barbie. Nice to see you today.
Nice to see you as well. So you presented a very interesting campaign during the CPG Summit, So Clean, So Hot. For the people that are on this video and watching, go to YouTube and Google it or YouTube it or whatever. It's a very cool campaign, I will say. And I'm very curious how your team was able to balance tapping into emotion and also hitting your performance goals. By the way, the campaign was about like bringing sexy to cleaning. So
A
spoiler
little
alert.
bit, a little bit, right? And sometimes we have some commercials. I'm like, oh, it's a little bit on the edge, but I love it. It's been a campaign that's been so great for us. So thank you, and please do check it out. All right. So, how do we tap emotion and and performance goals? And honestly, the easy thing to say, Barbie, is that if you got the right audience and the right message, the performance will come. But where it really started for us it started with the process of looking at our target audience and really understanding not only who they are, but what motivates them when they're cleaning their home. And we learned a couple interesting things. We learned that 80% of us really like having a partner and sharing the responsibility of cleaning in the home. No big surprise, right? Who wants to do it all by themselves? And that 60% actually, and this was the fun nugget, that 60% actually find it easier to be romantic if their house is clean. So that's the one we tapped into. And then that's when we realized we're not just selling about a clean house. We're not selling that our product is great to clean your house, but that when your home is clean, you reduce stress, and you have a deeper connection with the people around you. And so that's what we tapped into, and that's the creative asset that we developed. So it was about happier relationships. So we had a little bit of fun with it. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we did have goals. Of course, at the end of the day, a fun commercial that doesn't perform doesn't matter. So we also had the goal of reaching a new generation, which this leaned into very nicely. And so what are the metrics? We're looking at, what are our KPIs? A little bit of, what are the video clicks, the completions, the sales lift. And it also helped us lean into new platforms like gaming. And that has proven to be pretty good for us. So the balance of the emotion and watching the performance with the ultimate goal of reaching the new generation really helped us. So when your creative is aligns with the human truth, right? And when you can get to the right audience, usually the metrics will follow. So
Yeah.
we've done well with this one. I'm excited.
I'm very curious what this looks like in a gaming environment. I used to be a gamer myself, so it sounds
Oh,
very interesting.
oh, what's really great, Barbie, is we're getting shares. I love that for awareness, right? They're not just clicking, which we love, but they're sharing, which is even better.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So you brought it up the target groups that you guys determined your target groups. Do you have any advice for other marketers out there that are doing a similar kind of study, especially the ones that have like a more commoditized product?
So, so when we're looking at it, it really is, if you're working on commoditized products, right? It really kind of starts with organizing your audience. And this is really where I love segmentation. Um, and it really helps us define the right message for the right audience and speaking to them on their terms when we can do that, right? Because it's all about serving at the end of the day, right? Our consumers, our end users all have pain points and we want to serve them. And there are so many platforms now, right? There's so many different and complicated ways to reach the audience that a segmentation exercise is just it's an ideal way to help make sure that you're putting everything together and appealing to the right mindset and the attitude for within the matrix. So for us, it's all about tackling tough jobs, right? We're all about, soap scum, hard water, and rust. And so we're taking that message and honing it in to each audience through our segmentation and the things that we learn through segmentation. So what I've really learned that works best with segmentation is getting the right behavioral insights for each group. Um, Understanding why they're giving you permission to be in their home and then developing that message for them in the right platform, the way they want, the way they're open for their messaging. So For us, segmentation has really helped us drive performance. As a commodity, I guess you want to say a commodity product, right? Household cleaning product. It's really been the segmentation that has helped us.
Yeah, that's great because a lot of times these products you can say, oh, everyone uses, everyone cleans, like so that's great to be tapping into emotion, their behavior, so that way you can stand out from the crowd, kind of thing.
Exactly.
So our next question we have from our viewers is around legacy brands. So CSL brands has been around for decades. What do you think these legacy brands often get wrong when trying to stay culturally relevant, especially like among like the younger generation kind of thing?
Yeah, you bet. You know what? When legacy brands find themselves chasing a trend rather than being true to their core essence, that's when
Mhm.
it falls apart. We can evolve. We have to evolve. New generations will come. And we have to evolve how we're delivering our message, but we can't stray from our core brand message. And like I said, for decades, we started out in the as seen on TV days, and now of course it's all digital rich. And we are the perfect partner for tough jobs, for the everyday tough jobs. We've learned that our product is great for 45% of the cleaning occasions in the home. So we have all that data, but we still have to stay true to our core, and we have to deliver the message how they will receive it. But we can't stray. And we tried humor. I will tell you, a few years ago, we tried humor that failed because it wasn't real. It wasn't real. So you have to be authentic. You have to stay to your core, and you just have to evolve how you communicate, not your core message. It's about how you communicate. So legacy brands that remember this can really do well, and you can stay relevant throughout the decades.
That's great that you brought up humor. So, what do you think about today's advertising and the role of humor and advertising? It could be CPG related. Do you think it's overused, underrated?
So humor done well for all of us, can create an approachable connection, right? Who doesn't like to smile? Smile makes you feel good. And if you connect a smile to a brand, that resonates. It resonates in the back of our head. For us, it was a nice natural fit because we had that wonderful insight on how people feel about cleaning together. And the fun one about, maybe you feel a little more romantic if your home is clean. So when it's real life, um, and it's real thoughts and you just exaggerate it a little bit, you create that connection, you create that smile, and it can be fun. That's what comedians do, right? They find that real life and they exaggerate a little bit, and then we can all laugh. So we didn't force it. We didn't force a joke and try to force something. Like I said, we tried something a few years ago that didn't work, because when you try to force it, if that doesn't resonate with your audience, then you lose it altogether. Um, so that's really been it. Humor can definitely work if it's off-brand or in poor taste. It's gonna crash. It's gonna crash. But for us, and for commodity products, again, that connection, putting that smile on someone's face, something that they can go inside. We're kind of saying the quiet part out loud. It can work really well.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen some great creative. I watch CTV a lot, and I've seen some great humor, and then I've seen some terrible ones. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's a hit or miss. And yeah, what you're saying is absolutely true.
Or sometimes, Barbie, it's not the audience. I can be watching television with my husband and he'll think a commercial is funny and I'll be like, "What?" But but it's speaking to him if he's the
Yeah,
audience, right? So it's finding the
yeah,
right connection with your audience, because we don't all find the same things humorous. But if you get the right connection for the right audience, it's magic.
yeah. That's great. So the last question that they submitted was, you've also partnered with influencers. How did you select the influencers? You partnered with the influencers for that campaign that you were just mentioning, and they were just curious how you went about selecting them. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So influencers really are an extension to the brand, right? They have a trusted audience. And even when it's sponsored, and let's face it, we've all seen influencers and we know when it's a sponsored product and we know when they're being advertisers for us. But if they have the audience that trusts them, it helps brands break through the noise because we're working with a trusted voice already. Influencers for us are an always on tactic. They're super helpful. Um, and with this particular campaign, the So Clean, So Hot, we worked with the Love is Blind cast, and that was certainly a natural fit based on the research that we did. So they really helped us make that connection, and some of them added a little bit of humor as well, just along like with our commercials, on that connection on doing something for your partner, being helpful around the home. So influencers for us have really been good. Influencers also, there can be a really good ROI with influencers, but what's it really all about? You've got to find the one that will authentically connect with their audience. Do they have an authentic connection, right? They also have to align with your brand values.
Mhm.
And then they have to be able to tell your story for you in a very credible way. So if you can have that, if you can find the one that has an audience they connect with, because some people just have a lot of numbers, but they don't really have that connection and that engagement with their audience. But when you can put those components together and they align, we spend a lot of time looking at the various influencers and how they speak about cleaning, how they clean their homes. We spend a lot of time making sure that we will align, that we will connect on the brand story with them. And when you do that, honestly, it works great. So Love is Blind, the Love is Blind cast was perfect for us with this campaign. And it's really leading into how we're looking at influencers moving forward with this new campaign.
Mhm.
I'll leave it at that. You'll have to
Yeah,
watch.
very all these romantic reality shows are very trendy right now. So I will say that's a very creative pick. So yeah, thanks for answering those questions. And
Yeah, you
so
bet.
we're a part of the show where I'll ask you some rapid fire questions. Quick answers only. Are you ready?
Okay, ready.
All right. So when do you start cleaning your household chores, or it doesn't have to be cleaning, but I guess for this sake it could be cleaning. Are you more of an early morning person or late afternoon or perhaps night?
It's got to be morning because it
Yeah.
makes the rest of the day a lot easier for everybody else in the house if the house is clean. So it's definitely morning.
Great. We all have some big goals. What is your daily win?
Oh, my daily one, honestly, and especially when I'm in the office, if I end the day and I was able to help someone feel better about their job, do their job more easily, they grow in their job, and help them feel fulfilled, then my day was good.
Great. And name one brand or campaign that you admire.
Oh, there are so many, so many. I'm gonna pick one that kind of has a legacy about it that has had to stay relevant throughout the years and reinvent themselves. And I'm gonna say Old Spice.
Hmm.
Old Spice has been around for a long time, and over the last 20-ish years, what they have done from both a product and messaging point of view to stay relevant, like we talked about earlier, a legacy brand that reinvents, stays to the core, and moves forward, I'm gonna pick Old Spice.
Yeah,
Of course, other than Delmar.
their advertising is very creative. I remember when that ad came out with the guy and the horse, and I was like, oh wow, like I've never seen like an ad that was so creative, and then they did like a parody of it. It was great. So it's a good
See,
choice.
that's gonna be someone talking about us with our So Clean, So Hot campaign in a few years.
Yeah, it will totally. I can see it. Jackie, well, thanks so much for joining us and answering all of our questions.
Thank you so much, Barbie. Pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you to the audience for tuning in. If you have any other questions or would like to be in the hot spot yourself, contact me at barbie@mediapost.com. Take care.